Alright, Dark Souls. It's time for the GWID to get paid. I'm Samuel, okay? Tyler's with me.
Hey.
Remember how I said we were gonna go explore the beautiful golden city of Anne Orlando?
I do, yeah, sure, maybe.
I fucking lied! I got something else I need to do first. Oh wait, no, I got 104,000 souls. I want to spend those before I go get myself killed doing something stupid. So I did some grinding. I fought the Iron Giant a few more times in co-op. Helped some people out. Because I'm a kind soul.
It's the name of the game.
Kind souls.
Yeah.
There we go. Got my strength up to 30, dex up to 20. I probably won't touch those the rest of the game. I might. Who knows? But we're going to Darkroot Garden, Tyler.
Ah, yes. That I remember that. I don't remember it at all. Sam, I'm gonna level with you. I don't really care for Dark Souls at all.
Why not?
I don't know. Like, I just never really got into it. Whenever I stream it with you, I feel like dying.
Why did you agree to do this then?
No, I just like spending time with you,
I
and you always you are always asking people to join your streams, so I thought I would.
You just did it out of pity, is what you're telling me.
No, never.
Oh my god.
I want to see what Spider-Man's gonna do.
These guys look like Mr. Burns from The Simpsons.
Excellent.
But meaner. What a misery, Tyler. See, here's the thing. My favorite game is Dark Souls, and I'm very excited, and I like to share it with people. What I've found is that literally nobody other than me likes Dark Souls that I know. I guess Eric does too, but like, Eric and I play Dark Souls together all the time.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just that I don't know. Like, it's probably a lot more fun to play than it is just to watch.
Oh, it's not fun at all to play.
Oh.
There's very few redeeming qualities of Dark Souls, I'm sorry to say.
But it's a perfect game.
It is my favorite video game. Like I feel like it got in under my skin. Like, I don't think that heroin users like using heroin. Like, that's kind of how I feel about Dark Souls. It fulfills something in me. I wouldn't say it's fun or enjoyable.
But you gotta do it anyway.
I've got to do it anyway. Over and over again for hundreds and hundreds of hours.
Until eventually you die in a pool of vomit.
Right. Like, like, I'm sorry to say... Look, these guys disappear when they get to the door. Watch. Whoop! Gone! I really like that. See, it's stuff like that that makes me love Dark Souls, probably more so than the game itself. I like the scary monsters, I like exploring things and trying things out.
Yeah, no, I mean, I think I get it. Like, I think maybe just the specific Dark Souls aesthetic isn't my thing. Like, I find myself a lot more interested in, like, what was the PlayStation 4 one?
Bloodborne.
Bloodborne, yeah, like that. Like, the look of it, I like a lot more than I do Dark Souls.
It's much more like gothic-y kind of stuff in Bloodborne. This is more like dark fantasy.
Yeah.
I can see that.
And I'm a goth, so I like gothic.
Right.
That's what goths like, right? They like gothic architecture.
That's exactly it. We're not going to spend too much time here in Darkroot Garden. Look, these guys look like they're made out of weed.
Nice.
Hell yeah. 420 blaze it. We're not even going to do the main stuff here. I just came here to get something and then we're leaving. Because, like, you have to do this later in the game for story purposes.
Yeah.
But, there's a really good item here. I wish that From Software would make another Souls-like game, and rather than making it kind of dark and brooding, like Dark Souls and Bloodborne, they would do something like happy and silly.
That'd be good.
I think that would be. I think that would be really neat. But also, I'm wondering if that's like all they can do, because they made that one game, Ninja Blade or some shit. That was also like all just kind of like greasy looking and like kind of green and brown colors.
Yeah.
No, I don't know, man.
What are their wasn't their big thing before Dark Souls like mech games?
Yeah, they did like Armored Core. There was also King's Field, which was like a precursor to Dark Souls because it was like a super hard, like dark fantasy inspired medieval game. And then yeah, those other mech games. I've never played any of them. I wonder if they're good. I don't know. They could be terrible.
I figure, the fact that they're still around after like 20 or 30 years, I'm sure they're fine.
I forgot this feller was down here. Oh shit. Oh god, Tyler, I'm gonna get killed.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna run away. But like, yeah, I don't know. They say that they're working on another game right now, and they say that it's not going to be a Souls-like. So, who knows what it'll be? I'm curious, and I'd like to see what they do. What's going to happen is they're like, oh, it's not a Souls-like, I'll tell you that much, and then it's going to be Bloodborne 2. Like, this is the Grass Crest shield, and as long as you're wearing it, your stamina replenishes faster. And that's what we came here to get, and now I'm leaving. Bye-bye.
Yeah.
Did I tell you that I bought that game, the one that we saw Super Great Friend playing, Dreaming Sarah?
Oh yeah.
I bought it.
Yeah, is it good?
Yeah, it's pretty good. I took a sleeping pill and then started playing it. And, I recorded part of that playthrough. And toward the end of it, I'm, like, because the game is, like, also, like, a little bit intentionally obtuse, and also because I was high on a sleeping pill, like, I kept getting lost and, like, forgetting that I'd done certain things. But yeah, it's pretty neat. I'm not sure how long it is. I played it for a couple of hours. But yeah, it's pretty fun. There's a part that really creeps me out at one point. I'm not going to spoil anything, but I did get like the spooks from it.
Nice. I don't know. It's only like $3. I'll probably pick that up sometime. Yeah. I don't think I could ever like play a game while like incredibly sleepy, especially like on a sleeping pill. Like, it just makes me think of like whenever I had homework for school or whatever, and I would have to like read something, but I was just really tired, and I'd just have to read the same paragraph over and over, and it wouldn't comprehend it at all because I'm not really thinking about it. I'm just kind of nodding off while reading.
Well, you see, here's what happens is, like, I'll take a sleeping pill, and usually it takes an hour or so for it to start kicking in. I'll think, oh, I'll just play a video game or something, pass the time, and then I'll go to bed. And then I end up getting all spaced out on the sleeping pill, and I'm like, man, this game's really hard. Oh, I opened this chest accidentally, just out of force of habit when I came in here while I was grinding things. There was a soul item, and it wasn't anything exciting. But yeah, that's exactly what happens, and I don't realize that I'm getting sleepy. And so, I'll play a game for like 3 or 4 hours, and like I'm just barely keeping my eyes open going, ugh! But that's what happens to me. But anyways, Dreaming Sarah is pretty good. It's well worth the money so far. I think I paid, it's like $6 on Steam, and I played it for a couple of hours. And if you go to the movies, you're spending, what, $20 for a couple of hours of entertainment?
Man. Can't believe people
Hey,
support the film industry.
Can't believe this shit. Maybe maybe, do you think that's why Hollywood executives now are saying, like, every movie that comes out needs to be at least 2.5 hours long. We need to give people more bang for their buck.
Honestly, yeah, I think so.
Oh, God.
'Cause I remember being, like, a dumb teen and, like, going to see movies and kind of getting mad whenever it was only, like, 88 minutes. Like, it needs more movie.
I'm firmly in the camp of get in and get out. Like
Absolutely, yeah. There's a lot to be said for the whole leave them wanting more thing. Don't wear out your welcome.
Well, like I've seen like the Avengers 2 was like 2.5 hours, and I think that if you cut it down to all the necessary and good scenes, you could make that movie in an hour and a half.
Yeah. I didn't see the Avengers 2 because Avengers 1 just kind of took it out of me, and I didn't want to repeat that.
Avengers 1, I've rewatched recently, and I remember really liking it, because I saw it in the theater, I saw it in IMAX, it was huge and loud. I was like, yeah, this is so cool, there's the Hulk. And then I rewatched it on my own, and I just found myself like, okay, when do we get to the part where the Hulk fights Thor? Because that was cool. And like, when do we get to the part where Thor hits Captain America's shield with his big hammer and there's a big explosion? Like, I in the theater experience made me forget all of the boring and pointless parts of the movie. And that's all I was remembering. I was remembering with rose-colored eyes. With rose-colored glasses. My eyes weren't rose-colored.
You had contacts in.
My contacts in. When I was in college, shortly after college, my girlfriend bought me a pair of red contact lenses. Because I've always drawn myself with red eyes.
Uh-huh.
And she was like, this will be a good treat for Sam. Got me these contact lenses, and I put them in, and I loved them. I was like, this is the coolest shit. And my grandma on my dad's side, very conservative person, she saw me and she goes, oh my God. It like, she acted as though like I'd sawn off one of my legs or something. Like, she was horrified. She goes, your eyes just look bloodshot, Sam. She's just like, this like horror and shame in her voice. It was fantastic. Those were my rose-colored eyes. I don't need to fight him. I'm not proving anything. Yeah, I just wanted to open those chests. Now I'm gonna rest at the bonfire, and we're going to the Golden City of Anne Orlando, Tyler.
Anne Orlando. Gonna go to Disney World. Gonna check out the
Epcot Center.
Islands of Adventure.
I want to go to Universal Studios. Is that in Orlando too?
Yeah, Universal Studios and Universal's Island of Adventures is there as well. That's the last time I went, which was like in 2000. I got to go to Disney and Universal Studios and Islands of Adventure. It was a great time.
That sounds fantastic.
Yeah,
I've
I
never
had a lot of fun.
I've never been to Disney. I've been to Six Flags,
Man,
which was okay.
yeah, the Six Flags is all right. Nothing fantastic. I guess it's cool that like every Six Flags has like different particular rides.
Yeah,
Uh,
that's
though also it kind of sucks because like if somebody wants to go like if somebody's like I want to have the Six Flags experience, they're gonna have a different experience at each one. So it's like, oh, I didn't get to ride the one ride I want to ride, which is across the country. But I don't know.
when I was a kid, my parents would like take me to like I've been to Holiday World too, which is an Indiana theme park, and it's like a big one here in Indiana, but I think it's the only one.
Yeah.
And their claim to fame is they have the world's largest wooden roller coaster.
That's interesting. I used to I had gone to a couple of times Opryland, which I don't know if you're aware of Opryland.
I've been to Opryland.
Yeah, they also claim to have maybe not the world's largest. I guess it was one of the world's largest wooden roller coasters called the Hangman.
Ooh.
That was my first roller coaster experience. Opryland's gone now. All they have is just regular old Grand Ole Opry.
The Grand Ole Opry. So like my parents would take me to like Six Flags and Holiday World, and I'm going to be completely frank and honest here. I'm terrified of roller coasters and I hate them. I don't even like going on like tilt-a-whirls and shit. I fucking despise it. And so then my parents were like, "Oh, so where do we take Sam on summer vacations now?" And it turns out I just want to go to museums. So that's what happened. And my parents, I feel always somewhat begrudgingly took me to museums because they liked roller coasters.
That's too bad.
Yeah, man, I didn't like them. I was too scared. We went on a log flume, and that was too scary for me. Like,
man, I don't know. Maybe I think you would really like Disney World then, because they don't really have a whole lot of scary rides, but they do have the Haunted Mansion, which is like my favorite thing in any of those theme parks. That's going to be like the best one.
I've seen videos of the Haunted Mansion, and it's very much like the kind of spooky aesthetic that I really like, in that it's kind of goofy spooky.
Yeah, like they
it's silly.
yeah, whenever there's like documentaries on like it being made and stuff, there's a lot of cool stuff about it. But yeah, whenever they were making it, they were basically like two camps of Imagineers or whatever you want to call them. One group that wanted to make it like serious, spooky, and another group that wanted to make it kind of just goofy and campy. And so they kind of just like have it a little bit of both, and it like they balance it perfectly. And I just love it because it's basically just a ride full of a bunch of just practical effects that are really cool, just like old like magicians tricks from like back in the 1800s and stuff. It's stuff that they use to make the ride work.
The one that I really like that makes a really cool effect is when they put a projector onto like a 3D mannequin head.
Yeah,
that looks cool as shit. And
yeah,
like it also looks like just fakey enough that it looks otherworldly. Like, yeah. It's really neat. Yeah, I've always kind of wanted to go to Disney World, because like it seems like the Disney World experience is more like not like going on rides and eating snow cones and shit, but like you're in cartoon world now. Like, yeah. That sounds really great. But I've never been.
No.
Maybe someday. I want to do something stupid like go to Disneyland Paris before I go to the one in my own country. Where I walk around, I don't know French, so it's just a miserable experience for me.
I don't know. I'm assuming, like, because it's like a big national attraction, they probably have like English everywhere in there as well.
Nah, I wouldn't doubt that. Yeah, that's true. Can you imagine being Can you imagine being a tourist in Paris? You've like come to Gay Paris, but your choice is to go to fucking Disney World instead of anything French.
Yeah, that would be good.
Yeah, I'm not gonna go see the Eiffel Tower. We're going to Disney.
I'm going to Disney World, France. I'm going to see like a small recreation of the Eiffel Tower and Mickey's on top.
I remember a teacher of mine in high school. She was a younger woman and she got married, and they had their honeymoon in Hawaii. And we asked her, like, well, what did you do in Hawaii? And she was like, well, we just mostly just hung out in the hotel, and we got McDonald's breakfast every day. I was like, why'd you spend thousands of dollars going to fucking Hawaii? Like, it baffled me that, like, some people go on vacation that just do the shit they do at home.
I don't know.
Like, the only difference is you stay in a hotel so you don't have to make your own bed.
I mean, I guess that's kind of nice in its own. But you could just stay at a hotel, like, in your own town.
I don't make my fucking bed at home.
Yeah.
Why bother? I'm just gonna be sleeping in it later.
That's a good point.
Oh, you stop. Oh, I hate this. Oh, good. This part sucks, Tyler. I need a faster weapon. Can I use this shitty katana yet? Yeah, I can.
You got a gun?
Yeah. I saw a mod for this game that seemed really interesting to me called the Gun Mod.
Yeah?
Or the CS Gun Mod was what it was called. And apparently, it's okay, so I was looking for gun mods because I thought it'd be funny to mod a gun in for these streams and just not mention that all of a sudden I have a gun. I thought that would be funny for one episode. Oh, hey, James is in the chat. Hi, James.
Hey.
But I thought it would be funny, so I was looking up like the gun mod for Dark Souls. And so what happens is, for every 10 hits you land on an enemy, you... Really? Oh, he died too, though. I took him with me. For every 10 hits that you land on an enemy, you quote-unquote level up. And for every one hit an enemy gets on you, you level down. And leveling up changes your HP and your endurance. And you also get better gear and weapons, which is really cool.
Yeah.
But I'd rather just have a gun.
Yeah, I think it would be good to just have a comically large gun like the size of your torso, and you just got to hold it with both hands to pull the trigger.
You're like fucking Cable from the X-Men. Like, it's got a bunch of fucking attachments and shit that don't do anything.
I was just thinking like just a large 9mm.
It's like a big novelty gun.
Yeah.
The barrel slowly slides out, or the bullet slowly slides out of the barrel, lands on the floor with a big thump. Let's see if I do any better with a faster sword. I've got to hit these guys like 200 times to kill them. Oh shit. You know what?
What?
We're going back with the big boy. Because I just realized I had an idea. This is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. Okay. When I was a kid, when I went to Six Flags, we stayed late for the big fireworks show.
Yeah.
And, I remember, like, there was this song, like, you know, like, the Six Flags is, like, Warner Brothers characters. So
Mm-hmm.
it's, like, Bugs Bunny and Porky Pig and Daffy Duck and Pepe Le Pew. But, like, the song that they sang was, like, just kind of, like... I remember thinking it was a little bit bullshit, because it was a little too fan servicey. Like, this is me thinking this when I was, like, 6. I was like, I recognized all these characters, and I like all these characters. I was excited to see them clowning around in real life. But the song was like, and here is Pepe Le Pew, who says, ho ho ho, and Porky Pig goes, it's like, just, like if you were explaining to an alien what these characters were, there were no jokes or anything. Also, I was really tired and wanted to go home, because it was really late at night and I was a little bitty kid.
Getting wanky.
I was. There he goes. Okay. Alright, perfecto. Whew, I can breathe regularly now. Yeah, I went on the log flume. Do you know, like, the concept of a lazy river?
Maybe? I don't. What is it?
There's a water park at Holiday World, this Indiana place I told you about.
Yeah.
And they have...
Is it one of those? Like it's just like a river that goes in like a circle around the park, and you can just float in it?
Yeah, you get in a little inner tube and go around.
Yeah, those are fun.
There's Holiday World and Splashin' Safari. And we went to the Splashin' Safari part of Holiday World. And I fell asleep on the lazy river. I was probably 10 or 11. And just woke up, and I was just, like, baked by the sun. Worst sunburn, or second worst sunburn I've ever had in my entire life. It was horrible. Like, I was asleep for, like, 2 hours. and also, like, we went with my, I think my uncle and my aunt and my cousin. And, like, I was completely unsupervised for, like, for that length of time, which was pretty funny. But, yeah, I was miserable. I remember, like, we went back to my grandmother's house, and, I was sitting on the couch, and my cousin's much older than me. She was, like 12 or 13 at the time. And she was, like, using a wet washcloth to soothe my burning skin. I was, like, crying and shit.
God, yeah. I
miserable.
Fucking hate sunburns so much. I've got awful, terrible skin that can't take the sun worth shit. And, yeah, I've had so many sunburns. And as a kid, I was just like, sunblock? That's for losers. I'll handle it. And like and every time, like I'd be out in the sun for like 3 hours without a shirt on, and then later on I'd be covered in blisters and screaming.
Right. The worst sunburn that I ever got was when I was in the marching band in high school, and we went to camp, and like we did the whole band camp experience, and I had sunscreen because I knew from being in the marching band I'm gonna burn. I need to wear sunscreen. It's stupid not to. I'd learned my lesson from my years as a kid not wearing sunscreen. What happened was, though, is I didn't think. I shaved my head before I went to camp so my hair wouldn't be getting in my eyes, and just didn't think to put sunscreen on the top of my head. Because usually my hair would cover it, you see.
Yeah.
And I woke up one morning at camp. I was feeling just all crazy, and I don't know what was wrong. And I reached up to scratch my head, and there was like this just crusty stuff all over my head. and I thought that one of my bunkmates had put stuff in my hair while I was asleep. I hadn't completely shaven my head. It was a buzz cut, like a Bobby Hill. I said, which one of you fuckers is putting shit in my hair while I was asleep? And everybody's like, no, none of us put anything in your hair, Sam. We were all asleep all night. I was like, this isn't fucking funny. Now I gotta go take a shower. I took one last night. I don't want to do this shit again. And then I finally got in front of a mirror, and it turns out my entire head was just covered in blisters and dried pus.
Oh, God.
It was fucking awful. And I had to go to the camp store and buy a hat. And so, like, every night when I'd take the hat off, there was just this yellow, crusty shit all over it. It was absolutely disgusting. It was a very bad experience for me.
Yeah, that sounds pretty bad. You ever have to take, like, an oatmeal bath or something for your sunburns?
Yeah. It's the worst. You and I are both very pale, gentle fellows. And that's just what happens, baby. You're not so fucking tough without Smithers around, are you? I like this guy over here, Tyler.
Yeah?
Yes. Bye-bye! Alright. This part a lot of people don't like. And I bragged about it earlier and said that, like, since my blind run I've never died here. Watch me get fucked up. Yeah, that's exactly what's happening. Okay. Alright. Sorry, I'm serious mode here for a second. Shit. Shit. Yep, I got fucked.
Uh-oh.
I almost had it, though.
Fell into the void.
I fell all the way down. Now I've got to do all that again. No, I opened a shortcut. I'll be fine. One of the most interesting experiences I had was I went to a children's museum. I forget where it is. It might have been in St. Louis. It was called, like, the Magic House. And it was like this 8-story building, right?
Yeah.
And each floor had, like, different themes. Like, there was, like, one that was, like, light, and so there were, like, cameras and stuff that you could play with, and, like, lasers and shit.
Oh, man, I think I've been there. Did they have, like, they had one that was, like, they had, like, one of those big electric balls you touch and it, like, makes your hair
stand on end. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
And, like, there was a little workshop that taught you about electricity. And you had these, like, little modules you could hook together and wire up, like, a doorbell and a light bulb and shit. Just, like, standing there and, like, a little, like, probably a high school student in a lab coat pretending to be a scientist would tell you about science and electricity and shit. But, oh man, I loved it. And I remember I was, like, this is such a very vivid image in my mind because it was such a surprise to me. And a very magical experience in my life, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
I was walking around in one of the areas, and this place was just a fucking, like, mess. Like, there's people running around everywhere, and, like, I went to this part, and I looked over and I saw this little teeny tiny door, like, almost down on the floor. And it was maybe, like, just a couple inches tall. This little red door. I remember getting down on my hands and knees and crawling over to it, and I opened the door, and there was a piece of glass on the other side of the door, so that you couldn't, like, reach in there and take anything inside. But inside, it was like a little living room, with like a table and some chairs and like a couch and a little TV, and there were like little like dolls of mice sitting around the TV. And I remember thinking like, oh my god! And it was really cool that they like in no way directed you to find this, but if you just spotted it and went over to look, there was a little surprise for you there. I remember thinking that was really neat as a little kid.
It is.
They also had a slide that went from the top floor all the way to the ground floor. And I was terrified to go off of it because I was a tremendous coward as a child. I don't know why I'm being so harsh on myself. I was like 5 years old. What a coward! I had a suspicion that when I would get on the slide, the bottom of it would fall out and I'd just fall 8 stories and fucking die.
That... yeah. I used to be... honestly, I still am, like, afraid of, like, those big water slides. Like, they don't have edges to them. And one time I was on the top of one, and like as a kid, and I was like, I don't want to ride this. I changed my mind, but they were like trying to push me down.
Right.
And, yeah, and I ended up like holding on to the side, but like I was like halfway off of it, and I was not a fan of that.
I don't think I ever went down any of the water slides in Splash this far either, because also I was terrified. Oh, James is asking where the Magic House is. I think it's in St. Louis. I'm pretty sure. I was like a little bitty kid when I went, so I just remember going there. I got a picture of myself touching the ball with that makes your hair stand up on end. And they put it on a button or a pin. It's somewhere around my house, where my mom has it or something. She keeps lots of pictures of me around when I was young and happy because now I'm old and bitter. I've never known a day's peace. Alright. I'm gonna go fuck these losers up. They're gonna shoot arrows at me. Oh no. Get them. Okay. Alright. Alright.
Why is this guy just hanging out here? Just standing on the ledge of a giant building.
He's a castle guard, Tyler!
Okay.
He's making sure that I'm not gonna run up this buttress and sneak into the castle exactly like I just did. It's a smart thing to put there.
Yeah, I guess he could also just as easily have been standing on that little landing.
Yeah, they also could have just as easily, like, put a gate there that's locked.
Yeah.
There you are. You've been quiet these days.
Here's my buddy.
Summoning out there. Anytime you see my brilliantly shining signature, do not hesitate to call upon me. You've left me with quite an impression. I would relish a chance to assist you. You really are fond of chatting with me, aren't you? If I didn't know better, I'd think you had feelings for me. Oh no, dear me, pretend you didn't hear that.
Ooh. Looks like Solaire's flirting with us, Tyler.
Mm-hmm.
There was also in the Magic House, they had a thing that was like a leaf blower built into a little pillar in the middle of the room, and you could make like inflatable balls levitate on top of them, which was really cool, like with the air pressure. Fucking cool. I'm gonna go back there now. Let's go now, Tyler.
I would. Probably we would get weird stares for like not being children.
Right, or having children with us. I took a date to the Children's Museum once. Things didn't work out between the two of us, but I did get to see the Batmobile. So, that was its own reward.
Which one was it? Like the '60s Batmobile?
It was the Tumblr from Tumblr.com, where you post all of your fun memes and your OCs. No, from fuck, what's the name of that movie? Batman Begins.
Yeah.
I've seen the Tim Burton Batmobile. For some reason, somebody had one, and it was just like parked in a grocery store parking lot where you could go look at it. And I have seen the 1966 Batmobile at a comic convention. So I've seen a bunch of Batmobiles, Tyler.
Precisely 2.
3.
Oh yeah, the Tumblr. Yeah, I just forgot that one.
Jesus Christ, Tyler.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I never learned how to count. They didn't teach me that at the Magic House.
I've measured my life for years in units of Batmobiles. Oh, I didn't need to use any of these damn humanities I just used. What a waste. Oh, well. When I said what a waste, it felt like a very, like, Donald Trump tweet. And I just imagined, like, Donald Trump watching the stream. Samuel K. wasted 2 humanities. What a waste. Sad! I didn't mean to disappoint you, Mr. Trump.
I'd like it if he tweeted just like any emotion he's feeling, no matter how specific, just end the tweet with that, like, inquisitive.
Had a scary dream about the clown from It. Terrified! Oh god. That was about bad. He almost ate me. Check out what you get for killing him, Tyler. What do you think it is?
I don't know. It's...
Oh, I got his head! That was a surprise, actually. You just get some coins. Do you know what these coins do?
Buy stuff?
Here, let me go equip one. Oh, you can't even equip them. Hold on. Where are they stored in your inventory? Are they in key items? No? Okay, here we go. They have little value in Lordran, where accepted currency is souls. So they're just in here, so you get 5 of them, and you can't use them anywhere, or give them to anybody, or trade them for any secrets or side quests or anything. You just get some coins.
Cool. Nice.
Isn't that great? It's the rich history and lore building of Dark Souls. Okay, do you know what was in this one, Tyler? Can you take a guess? Care to venture
More
a
coins.
Guess? 1 gold coin, baby.
Is that one also worthless?
Completely fucking worthless.
Okay.
I love it. Oh, nope. There we go. Trey has asked me if I'm going to do the DLC. Of fucking course I'm doing the DLC. But like... What the fuck were you even talking about? Batmobiles. Have you ever been to a Planet Hollywood?
No, I've been to a couple of Hard Rocks.
Right. I really liked... I've been to Planet Hollywood twice. And, you know, there's, like, cool movie props there. They had, like Arnold Schwarzenegger's costume from Terminator 2, and it's got, like, all the bullet holes and shit in it. That was cool. The one that I thought was really cool, and that I wanted to actually, like, touch and mess around with, was remember in The Rock the green bubbles full of like the super toxin or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
They had that and like the canister and stuff. And I always really okay, Tyler. Here we go. Full disclosure. I've always wanted to take one of those little green balls and bite into it. I've always wanted to put it in my mouth and take a big bite out of it because I think it would be kind of chewy like a big gummy bear. I don't want you to think less of me.
No. That's just you're just a man of science. You have to know.
I want to know what it tastes like. It's like a... Oh, Eric agrees with me in the chat! He wants to eat one too! Oh, here's our buddy.
Whatever can be done.
It's like I always want to drink antifreeze when I see it because it looks delicious.
It does, yeah. Apparently James went to a Planet Hollywood and saw Danny DeVito's penguin fingers.
Hold on, James. Was it just Danny DeVito's fingers? Did they cut Danny DeVito's fingers off? Those fucking animals! That's why he has those very slender and ladylike mannequin hands sticking out of his sleeves. They're made of like porcelain. Oh shit, I forget where all the guys in this room are. Oh, there's one.
I went to the Orlando Hard Rock Cafe as a kid and took a tour where a guy just like... It was like a pretty... like one of the larger ones. It had like 2 or 3 stories to it, and the guy like showed us around to like all the different things they had on display, and at the end, or somewhere towards the end, he pointed to some pictures on the wall and he was like, all right, so you see these pictures? One of these pictures is a picture of the drummer from Fish, and the other picture is a picture of me. Which one is it? Which one is which? And then the big reveal was like, I'm the drummer from Fish. No, not Fish. The Grateful Dead. Same band, basically.
Right.
But thinking about it, like I thought it was kind of sad to think that like the guy who was in the Grateful Dead like had nothing better to do than to give
tours at a
Hard Rock Cafe. But thinking back on it, like I think what's even sadder is I'm pretty sure it wasn't him. I'm pretty sure it was just some guy. Like, yeah, this is what I'm gonna hang my hat on. I'm gonna be like, hey, guess what? I'm the drummer.
I'm the drummer. I'm not Jerry Garcia. I'm not. I'm the drummer from the Grateful Dead. Oh, Jesus. That's perfect. I love that. The one time I went to the Hard Rock Cafe, I've only been once. It was a very weird conversation. It was my mom and my high school girlfriend's mom and me, but not my girlfriend, which was super awkward to be hanging out with my mom and not her.
Yeah.
And I remember, like, I was just like, I'm gonna go check out what they got around here. Just, like, walked around and looked at Kurt Cobain's guitar. And they had a whole room, for some reason, dedicated to Roy Orbison. It was, like, in the back. It had, like, a bunch of photos and, like a pair of his sunglasses in there and shit. It was a very confusing time in a young man's life when things like that happen. Hold on, I forgot to do something. I plumb forgot. And now I don't remember what room it's in. Ooh. There's a bunch of helpers here, Tyler. You see that?
Yeah.
I'd get people to come help me. Oh, it's in this room. Here we go. Into the fireplace I go. Let's see. There's a boss in this game, Tyler, where if you just put on this armor set and don't block or roll or anything and just keep swinging your sword, you'll beat them 100% of the time. Because it's that overpowered.
Wow.
But also when you put it on, you can't, like, roll or run around or anything like that. Jesus. I really like these guys.
Yeah, they're cool. Seems weird that their arms are inside their mouths.
I like it. They curl up when they're hiding out there. They're like a little snail. I like that they laugh. I like that they do like weird kung fu kicks. It's like it's another thing I really like about this game. I'm trying to convert you over to being a fan of the game, Tyler. I know it's not gonna work, but there's a sense of humor in this game. Like, they put stupid shit in, like those goofy-looking mimics, and I choose to believe they put that in there to make you laugh.
Oh no, I mean, I absolutely believe that, like, they don't, when they put, like, a giant wolf holding a sword in its mouth, I don't think they're like, yeah, this is
cool.
This is badass.
I mean, Tyler, it is badass.
Yeah.
Obviously.
You got me. It is.
You got me there. Yeah, it's a good game. And I kind of hate it as much as I love it. I always say that, but it's true. Look at this guy.
Yeah, this guy's good. I like him.
Robbing him before I talk to
tiny
him.
tools.
Yeah, let me through.
Who are you? Forge your weapons.
I forget what he sells. Let me look. And I think he can... What? Abyss Greatsword? What the fuck is that? Tyler,
you know?
what's an Abyss Greatsword?
It's a great sword made out of broken DVD copies of The Abyss.
Oh man, I love that movie. I'm gonna get one of those. Can he reinforce my big boy? No, he can't. I've decided this sword is called my big boy. Can you reinforce any of my armor? Yes. In Dark Souls 3, you come back to Anne Orlando, Tyler.
Yeah.
And if you come into this room, he's still there, but he's dead.
Oh no.
I miss him. I don't think I've ever used the Abyss straight sword. Trey's talking about it in the chat there. I've used Artorias' great sword to great lengths because I like to get it when I go to the New Londo ruins, because it can kill ghosts.
But Sam, how do you kill what is already dead?
What is it from Mario? Ghosts don't die! Can you make it out of here alive? That's from Big Boo's Haunt. Oh, hi, Sage! Sage is here now.
Sage! Sage should just get on the call, that's what I say.
Yeah, let's put Sage on the call. Sage, get on Skype. Let's just bully my friends into making a Let's Play for a game none of them give a shit about. Let's see. I know what I need to do now. And what I need to do now is dangerous.
Well, let's get dangerous.
Here's Tyler, or not Tyler, who's my other friend? Eric popping in here. Here's Eric popping in here telling me that it's an int scaling weapon. Why would you want that? Fucking nerds use int scaling weapons. Whoa, what?
Whoa.
Did you see that?
Yeah.
Why did he explode?
I don't know.
That flash took up the whole screen, did it not?
Yeah?
That doesn't usually happen. Oh, that's got me shook. I'm scared now. I'm gonna throw up.
Don't throw up.
Blech. Look, we can summon Artorias to aid us in battle. Gotta go open this door. That door doesn't open from far away, so it looks like it's open, but then when you get close, it's closed, by gum. What's that dumbass doing? I just got invaded by Leo.
What's he want?
Probably wants to kill me, I would wager.
That's no fun. Why would he want to do that?
Leo? Hold on, I'm gonna get him good. Oh shit, he got a backstab on me. And now I'm dead. Oh well. Fair game, Leo. I'm gonna go fight Ornstein and Smo.
I guess Sage left already.
Ah! We bullied Sage into leaving.
Can't believe this.
Can we call the cops on Sage for ditching us?
Yeah. Sure.
Okay.
Let's call him.
Hold on. Beep, boop, boop. That's 911. Dial to my phone.
Hello, this is the cops.
Hello, cops. I need to tell you something. We asked our friend Sage to be on a television show we're making, and they ran away. Can you go to Sage's house and shoot them with a gun?
I'd be delighted.
I thought you'd never ask. Okay, I'm gonna try to fight Ornstein and Smo by myself like a big brave dog. And if it doesn't work out, I'm gonna summon Solaire to help me. Or somebody else. He doesn't have to be Solaire. Check these guys out.
Yeah. The
There's-
big hammer man.
There's old Thud Butt. Here comes Catboy. It's old Lewis and Clark themselves.
These guys are my favorite law firm.
Who should I kill first, Tyler?
Ornstein.
Okie dokie. No! No, no. Shit. I will not make the Chaos Blade again, Eric. You big bully. The trick to beating Ornstein first is you gotta be faster than Smo and hope Ornstein gets close to you. But mostly he just walks around like a big stupid dumbass and won't come near you. Which actually, maybe that doesn't make him a dumbass. He knows you're gonna kill him.
Yeah, he's pretty smart.
Ag! I died.
No.
Oh no, I'm still alive!
What?
I have like a pixel of HP left. Woo! Oh, Gwyn, you lucked out. Oh my god, do you believe in miracles, Tyler?
I do now.
Oh. I've decided to squander this gift the universe has given me by rolling directly into attacks now. Come on. I just want to get the fuck over here so I can fucking poke him. Bro! That noise that you just heard, that's Smo wheezing because he's got asthma. No! I'm not gonna beat him, I don't think. Confidence is at an all-new low. Oh! Tyler, can we call the police on Ornstein and Smo?
Yeah, probably.
These two big gold guys keep throwing me around and stabbing me with spears and smashing me with a tremendous hammer. Can you come to their house and shoot them?
I'll need 2 guns for this.
That cop in the movie Jaws. We're gonna need a bigger gun. You're gonna need a giant 9mm that you have to use 2 hands to pull the trigger. Alright. I've completely lost track of Ornstein. Oh, there he goes! You know, in a way, they're both executioners, not just Smo. I mean, Ornstein just executes dragons.
Makes you think.
Shit. Shit. Can you imagine, like, living in a medieval society? And, like, you know, like, executions back then. Ooh, I might have a chance. I might have a shot. Let's quickly... Okay. Alright. Okay, that did absolutely nothing to him. I'm gonna do this. Oh, can you imagine living in a medieval society, Tyler? And back in those days, executions were like public entertainment, right? Like, you didn't have the TV or Netflix. And so, you know, when there was a big execution, everybody'd come to watch from miles around. And can you imagine if just, like, this fucking guy came out and just fucking smashed the person with a hammer?
I mean, I'd pay for it. I'd see that.
This, like, 10-foot tall fucking, like, great big fat dude just walks out of nowhere. This fucking, like, pasties on his golden nipples here. Just fucking smashes somebody to death.
Sorry, this is what you get for tax evasion. Just you gotta get smashed.
This is what you get for calling the king a butthole. Do you think that they'd kill you if you called the king a butthole back in the day?
I guess maybe. I don't know. I don't think they knew the term butthole, so
What?
you could probably get away with it if you just like called them a butthole and they're like, "What does that mean?" And then you're like, "It means beautiful."
When did the word butt end up meaning, you know, like your butt?
I don't know.
It seems like something that's recent, maybe, right? Like Bart Simpson coined the term. Eat my shorts. What do you mean by that? You know, the things I wear on my butt. I might have a shot at this, Tyler. If I don't get greedy... Oh yeah, I'm gonna get this. Look at that! First try, Ornstein and Smo, all by myself. Hee hee hee!
I'm proud of you.
That was not bad for an Ornstein and Smo spy. I only used like 15 humanities in every single Estus flask, so... Eric says, "Eat my butt, man." Wasn't that the name of that song they did? Do the Butt Man? Hello!
Come hither, child.
I'm hither.
O chosen undead,
You want to hear a funny story about this lady, Tyler?
daughter of
Yeah.
Lord Gwyn.
So the lead writer and director of this game, Miyazaki,
I have
he said that we needed a design for the princess,
Mm-hmm.
and so he had one of the people on his team go and draw it up, and he came back with this design, with like her big naked boobs and like she's all sexy and stuff. And the guy was so proud of his drawing that Miyazaki was just like, "Yeah, we'll put it in the game," even though he hated it. Which I think is absolutely hilarious. Like he didn't want to steal any of this dude's thunder and just be like, "No, I don't really like this design," because he was so proud. Like, okay, fine. I like that a lot.
What if you could force your own design into a Dark Souls game by just being that proud of it, what do you think you'd want to put in there?
I definitely want to go to like one of my when I was a little kid, I used to make up characters and stuff, right?
Uh-huh.
And I had a character. Now, keep in mind, Tyler, you're gonna make fun of me for this here. But the character's name was Kooky Zany Bird. And the bird was shaped. Okay, like imagine you took two phone cords and tied them up like curly phone cords.
Mm-hmm.
And it came down like two legs. And then there was like kind of a... Oh my god. Like... There was like a short tail coming off of the two legs of a curlicue, and then its neck was a curlicue, and there was like a head with a beak at the top. And his legs were green, and his body was polka dotted, white and black. His name was Kooky Zany Bird, and I would make them put that into a Dark Souls game. Because it would look really stupid and weird. What about you, Tyler?
Well, if
Also, I
I
would make them call it Kooky Zany Bird.
I gotta try to think of something embarrassing from my childhood.
Also, because I was a child of the 90s, I liked The Lion King a lot. And I had a character that was a meerkat that's name was just Meerkat. And also I had a character that was a bug-eyed dinosaur that was green named Yoshi, but it wasn't the same Yoshi from Nintendo. I always had to tell people that. But, yeah, those are some of my characters from when I was a kid. Oh, there was also a character named Mr. Turd. Mr. Turd had big lips and, like, a big long nose that was red at the end of it. And, he had kind of, like, a greasy kind of, like, Peter Lorre look about him. That was Mr. Turd.
I can't think of like any embarrassing childhood characters because I didn't really like come up with characters as a kid. But I did remember suddenly of being embarrassed as a kid. Like I had like a small piece of paper. My mom let me watch horror movies from when I was like 5 years old, and I particularly liked Child's Play, and I had seen all the Child's Play movies up to that point, which is I think just the first three. So this was before, I guess, 1998. So I guess I was like 7.
Yeah.
But yeah, I had like a little piece of paper where I had written "Child's Play 4, Chucky's Back," and I was like, I'm gonna write the next Child's Play movie.
Chucky's back.
But then, like, I never did anything else with it. But my mom found the piece of paper, and she was like, "Did you put this on this piece of paper?" And I was like, "No."
No, that wasn't me. The worst fucking lie possible. Like,
Don't get yourself.
that's great. So I was in the same situation as a kid. I've been watching horror movies my entire life, and one of the things, I don't know why I did this, but I love Child's Play too. And I was watching Child's Play, and I started calling Chucky Chucky Baby. But I would say it like this, I'd go, Chucky Baby. And, like, it was like the funniest thing to me. It was a weird time. I'm gonna go get into some other bullshit here, Tyler. It's gonna be quick bullshit, though. And then we'll wrap it up. What do you think?
Aight.
So we're gonna go back to the beginning of the game. We're gonna go check out what's going on at the old Undead Asylum. Do you... Fuck! I had a character named Craw. And he was, an insane person who, got hit in the head, and he had a weapon that was, a, like, concrete cinder block tied to the end of a long stick, like a big hammer, and he would walk around killing people with it, but, like, this was when I was a little bit older. I was about 12, so I was, like, getting real edgy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And, that was his deal, was he was a killer. Which spawned into, my concept for a character called the Nomad. Have I ever told you about the Nomad?
Oh yeah, you've told me about the Nomad.
The Nomad is, he's some kind of, like, ice-dwelling native that doesn't speak English. I don't want to say he's any particular tribe or anything to avoid being racist, even though this is already a little racist. But he's like, I'm thinking he was raised by wolves, maybe, or something similar. And he gets onto an ice floe. Like he's deemed too violent for his tribe of wolf people that he lives with. And they put him on an ice floe, and he floats away into exile, and just happens to end up in New York City. And he's got, like, this, like, razor-sharp knife carved out of a whale's bone, and he goes around murdering people with it. But here's the thing, just by complete coincidence and happenstance, he starts killing, like, people that are, like, selling children into slavery and like, other serial killers and shit. And so the police think that he's some kind of a vigilante. And they just call him the Nomad. And, like, I'm just picturing, like, some guy, he's like, "Hey, Louie, drop by my house and give me a kilo of crack cocaine. I'm gonna go down to the grade school and sell it to some kids." And then he's like smoking a cigarette and walking down a back alley, and he's like, "I can't wait to get home and beat my wife." And then all of a sudden, like, just this, like, dirty man wearing, like, fucking animal pelts, and he's got, like, teeth in his hair and shit. Dried blood all over him. Jumps out of the shadows and cuts his throat with a whale's bone. Starts, like, eating his face while he's screaming.
Yeah, I love that concept. Like, I've always really enjoyed just, like, that general idea of just, like, things just happen to line up, even though there's no it's just all coincidence. Like, I don't know, a couple years ago, I wanted to make a point-and-click adventure game, which I never got around to, and probably never will, but, like, the idea I wanted to do was just called Space Dog, and it was just a dog who everybody thought was, like, a super genius dog that solved crimes, and so, like, he had, like, a commissioner that would contact him and stuff, and he, like, rode around in space with, like, his assistants and stuff, which just, like, fed him and whatever, and he would solve crimes, but it was the exact same thing where he's just a dog. And, like, and, like, I had the idea, like, I thought it would be fun to just have a game where you just, like, have a dog do dog things, like fetch balls or whatever, but it happens to also solve crimes.
You throw a ball into some bushes, and then he, like, walks out holding a knife with blood on it. Good job, Sparky! You found the murder weapon! That's fantastic. In the Nomad, there's a detective that's tracing the Nomad down, and I want there to be specifically scenes where they'll show like the Nomad, like he walks into a room and there's like a security camera that catches a glimpse of the Nomad, and the police officer, the detective, will go, "He knew the camera was there. Son of a bitch is toying with us." And then like it cuts to like the Nomad's perspective on that scene, and he's just like chasing a bird and trying to catch it and eat it alive. Like just something like that. He's completely feral. He doesn't speak. I think it would be a great television show.
Yeah. At the very least, seems like it would be a good, like, the Tick character.
Right? Just being a character in something else would be good enough, too. The thing is, here's what I would like to introduce in the Nomad. Like, remember how, like, in Dr. House MD, where, like, every now and then they'd, like, put somebody in there, like, when that detective was trying to bust House for being a drug addict.
Yeah.
Or, like, when Shy McBride's character became, like, the owner of the hospital. Like, every now and then I just give the Nomad a new, like, nemesis. And, like, it always comes down to, like, they're in, like, a parking garage, and the Nomad's, like, eating a diaper he found in the trash or something. Like, this, like, Hercule Poirot, like, world-famous detective, he's like, "So I have found you, Nomad. There is nowhere for you to run." And then the Nomad just fucking brutally fucking kills the guy. And it always happens like that. And then, like, the detective, like, the elevator is out at the parking garage, and the Nomad and the French detective are on the top story, and, like, the elevator's out. The main detective's guy's running up the stairs. He's like, "I told that son of a bitch not to go after the Nomad alone!" Like, there's a SWAT team running up the stairs. And, of course, the Nomad gets away. Like the idea that, like, in this fictional world I've created where the Nomad exists as a television show, I'm saying it's like Law and Order. It's been on for like 25 years. Oh shit. I missed a parry, Tyler.
Tyler Perry.
I missed Tyler Perry. Can there be a Tyler Perry's Dark Souls where you have to go kill Medea? What a lovely figurine, doll. There's a couple more things I have to grab around here, and then we're all done, Tyler.
God bless.
God bless. So if you were to pitch a television show, Tyler, what would you pitch?
Well, it's going to be tough to top the Nomad.
My two big creations are the Nomad and Fonzie's leather coat.
Fonzie's leather coat is a classic.
Yes.
I don't think I could. If I had the chance to create a TV show, I think I'd say, you know what, you give it to my pal Sam over here. He's got ideas.
I've got an idea for a TV show. Okay. Here's my idea for a famous television show.
All right.
We get like 3 judges, right?
Yeah.
And one of them is kind of the middle of the road judge who who judges things based on their merits, right? Then we get
Right.
one that's really like peppy and enthusiastic and
Yeah.
kind of encourages everybody, no matter their skill level. And then we get like one mean judge, one that's in some way foreign, but not scary foreign, like maybe British or something. And then we invite people to audition for a singing show. And these are amateur singers, people that aren't classically trained in singing. And these people will come up and they'll spend days in a hotel banquet room waiting for their opportunity to sing. And they come in and they sing a song for the judges, and the judges critique them and then say, you know what, you're what we want for this television show. And then they get to go into a singing competition. And then each week one singer is eliminated. Now here's the catch: the judges are just there to provide feedback. The people that vote on whether somebody gets to stay on the show are the people at home.
Oh.
And so who the people at home vote for will be the winner of the singing competition. And the winner receives $100,000 and a contract with a record label. What do you think of that idea for a show?
I think that's probably good enough to last at least 10 years. I think I've got a good spin on that now. All right, instead of having 3 judges, let's just have 1. All right? Okay, and then instead of having everybody, all the people at home, we'll have just 12 people. Okay, and instead of the singing, we're going to have a murderer.
Oh!
And the murderer is going to try to say that he didn't murder somebody.
Okay.
And then the 12 people, they're gonna look at this guy, listen to what he has to say, and then there's gonna be another person who's not a murderer, but they hate the murderer and they think the murderer should go to jail.
Hold on, can you explain the concept of jail to me, please? I'm not familiar.
Alright, so jail is like a home that you don't have to pay for.
Oh, that sounds great.
It's great, yeah. Except that people don't like it because it means you only go there if you're bad.
Oh, so the parking sucks, and
You can never leave. You're stuck inside there.
yeah, that sounds bad.
Yeah. But the murder man would have to go there, and so it's going to be the murder man, and it's going to be the person who hates the murder man, and they're going to tell you two sides of the same story, given evidence and whatnot, and then the 12 people will have to figure out who do I like, who do I prefer, and then I guess the judge is just like, yeah, okay, I'll go with them.
So wait, if the murder man wins, does the man who hates the murder man also go to, what was it you called it, jail?
Yeah, I believe that's how it should work, exactly.
Holy shit, what if our criminal justice system did work like that? If you were found innocent of a crime, the opposition's lawyer goes to jail. I really like that. That's what you do, on Survivor. That's the season 5 version of your show. They do that to spice up the format as it gets stale. Can you imagine, a television show that would be similar to, a Judge Judy, but it's not small claims, it's murder trials?
Yeah.
The judge is always, fucking yelling at people and being really aggressive and mean.
And, crime statistics go down, and they're like, oh, we need more murders.
Hey, murder's big business.
Yeah. Yeah, to cut this season short, there was a strike from the murderers.
The murderers went on strike. They're walking around with their picket signs going, "No way, we won't slay." I hate fighting this bumblebutt.
His butt's gross.
I bet a bunch of farts and poops come out of there. Ew.
Ugh. Ugh. Don't even make me think about it.
I wish he'd go back to spamming his butt slam attack. Because what he's doing right now, I can't do anything with. There he goes. Do that again. Eric just spelled jail in the comments as Jael, and
Yeah.
that's the name of one of the Westboro Baptist Church daughters. They named their daughter Jail. Do you know what I like about the Westboro Baptist Church, Tyler?
Tell me.
Everything. They're preaching God's word in a way that a lot of people don't like to hear. No, Fred Phelps, the gentleman who founded this supposed Christian church, toward the end of his life, began believing that perhaps dealing almost exclusively in like doomsday and hate speech and everything for his entire life and ministry was possibly a bad idea. And he began to reconsider some of his beliefs as he was as he reached the end of his life.
Yeah?
And as a result, he was excommunicated from his own church and died alone and penniless.
Wow.
Yay!
Hooray. Isn't, like, the Westboro Church kind of just like a big money-making scheme anyway? Like, that's what I've heard, is that they, they believe all that shit, but they also, like, they do, like, all the rallies and stuff to, like, get counter-protesters to try to, like, fuck with them so that they can, sue them.
People, right?
Yeah.
Or sue people for, like, First Amendment rights violations because they have the right to say this shit, and, like, they're hoping one of their protests gets shut down so they can sue the city of, Cincinnati, Ohio for discrimination, and they do that kind of shit because it's, I don't know, Tyler, you tell me if a crazy religious cult or, you tell me if they're the most up-and-up people. It's the kind of thing that, like, it really irritates me. I'm not a religious person, Tyler. You know this about me. But, it's the kind of thing that drives me crazy, because there are religious people that I like an awful lot and I care for. And a lot of people like to, especially, like, Wraithists on Reddit and shit, like to say, like, yeah, this is what all Christians believe. And I was like, no, that's not true at all. Like, it isn't true at all. And I don't like it! I think that people should be allowed to believe whatever they want to believe as long as it doesn't infringe upon the happiness of others!
I'm not a religious person, but personally I believe that the gays should burn.
Oh, well. I'm not a religious person, I'm just a regular old bigot. I don't believe in God or gay rights. Take that. I just find it very, like, dishonest that they hide the fact that they hate somebody behind their religion as well. Like, oh, now it's not my fault for being an evil, hateful person. No, God told me to do it. Like, God's their fucking, like, family circus, not me.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just following what my Lord has told me to do. No, you just think gay people are yucky, you liar.
Just scared of getting cooties.
Look at this feller down here.
I like this guy. He always makes me think of the snake version of Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, he does look like Snake Beetlejuice.
Come for your daughter, Chuck.
I really like that feller. Well, Tyler, we've come to the end of another stream here. Once again, very successful. We explored the golden city of Anne Orlando. We went to Darkroot Basin for a little bit. We went back to the Undead Asylum. And also, since we have the Lord Vessel now, we just opened up a lot more possibilities of where we can explore next time. And so, it is with a heavy heart that I'm here to announce the death of one of entertainment's greatest and most cherished comedians. Rest in peace, Jerry Lewis.